It's week 5, so it's time to quilt up the checkers quilt. For the backing, I've chosen this Tulip Pink print from her Curiouser and Curiouser line, so now I'm going to show you how we load it up onto the long arm. I have a system installed on my leaders that's called red snappers, which are these right here. There's a tube that's actually in the leaders, and then these snap on over the fabric to hold it in place. So now what I'll do is I'll find the center of the top and the bottom of the backing and get that loaded. This gets loaded pretty side down. So I have the center mark of my leaders already marked. Let me just press that into place. And you'll just use enough to go from edge to edge. Now I'm going to roll it up onto the back bar, just kind of loosely, so that I can then attach it to the front bar. And then as I roll it onto the front bar, I'll make sure it's nice and smooth. And then you just repeat the same steps with the red snappers to attach the backing to the front leader. I like to start from the center out just to make sure everything stays smooth. And now I'll roll all of the backing fabric onto the front bar and making sure it is nice and smooth as I go. And next goes on our batting layer. I'll be using some Hobbs 80/20 batting today. If you're using needle punched batting, it is dimples up, pimples down. So if one side feels a little rougher, that side goes on the bottom. So I just take a moment to get it all laid out and centered on the quilt back. I also try to make sure that it is straight and parallel to the bars. Then I'll engage my horizontal channel locks to baste a straight line across the top of the quilt. This will help me line up my quilt top and make sure that it is straight and parallel. And now we're ready for our quilt top. I'm just going to center this on the top and then baste it down. So I am going to float the quilt top on this one, which means I'm not going to attach it to the bottom bar. So we're ready to start quilting. I already love it. And now that the quilting is all complete, it's super easy to take this off of the frame. So you can cut it off. A lot of people do that, but I like to just take it off and then trim it. That way I have this extra to work with. So I'll just lift up the batting, and then the red snappers are super easy to just kind of peel off. And I'll unlock the top rail. And there you go. Now I just need to trim it up and add the binding.